with the cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace. Why? He's mad. All right? He did not expect when he bought this land that this young man was going to do this to his daughter. So he's upset. He's very upset. But you know what a man, a good man does? Some men will hold their peace. And he didn't let it upset him, even though he's really upset. All right? He held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved. Why? Well, Diana wasn't supposed to marry that type of person. Okay? Diana was being raised to marry Prince Charming. But Prince Charming didn't get her. She went out and she went to a party. Let's just say that. Modern. We'll bring it up to modern times, okay? She went to a party. She met a guy. The young guy liked her. They had a couple of drinks. Next thing you know, they're on the couch. They're petting. The next thing you know, he says, let's go upstairs. Next thing you know, they're falling in love. He's in love. And the sons, though, they're very upset. They are very upset that the daughter has been defiled, even though the dad has come and said, my son wants to marry you. I mean, my son wants to come and marry you. Now, that's a very honorable thing to do, for the daddy to go over there and say, hey, I want to marry your daughter. And and they were very wroth. I mean, you talk about mad, because he had wrought folly in Israel. Now, Israel is Jacob. Israel's now a country. It's the 12 brothers. All right? And in line with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. What thing? They weren't married. They weren't supposed to do this. The daddy did not approve of the dad, of the young man. The young man didn't come and say, hey, I would like to marry your daughter. Didn't do it. All right? You know what a young man has to do? You pay attention to that? All right? You're the only young man here. So, you got to go to my mom and dad and say, hey, I'd like to get married. And if they say no, blessings, no blessings, whatever. I had one preacher, both sides of the family did not like either one. I want to marry your daughter. She's not good enough for you. No. Okay? And then the young lady says, I want to marry him. And the other family says, oh no. No. I mean, both sides. I mean, both families. And so they call the preacher and they say, we're going to get married anyway. All right? But we need to go to church somewhere. And the preacher refuses to marry us because our parents are bickering. They don't want us to get married. But we're going to get married anyway. Now, when they're adults, they're going to do adult. They're an adult. They're no longer children. When they're 16, hey. When they're 18, so they got married. And so he said, yes, you can come over here. The other pastor got very upset, and he said, well, where are they going to go to church? He said, this young couple here needs to go to church somewhere. And since you're not going to let them go over there, they're going to get married, you're going to kick them out, and they need a place to go to church. And he told that young couple, he said, now listen, you know, if I do this, y'all got to be faithful. You need to think about it, you need to pray about it, and I will put my neck on the line and I will get everybody upset with me. Everybody's going to be mad at the preacher. And he married him. And that's what he did. The brothers do not understand this. They're mad. Very, very mad that their daughter has been defiled. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you, give him to wife, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us. So apparently there's more than one more daughters. Diane's the only one that's been mentioned so far. And take our daughters unto you. In other words, you can marry some of our daughters. If you know, you see one of ours, all right? So, you know, we go to churches, different churches, and when I used to travel, I would go to different churches. There were other young men there, you know. One lady might marry another young man from another church, vice versa. All right? So, you know, and you marry our daughters, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you, and ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Whatever you ask of me, I'm going to do it. All right, whatever. It makes no difference. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. So he's saying, I'm going to pay any price. Any price. Now back then they used to have dowries. You know, your daughters were up for sale. You sold your daughters, you know, pretty much. You know, if a young man wanted to marry, you know, well, okay, I want 100 sheep, I want 100 cattle, I want 100 goats, and I want 100 pieces of gold, or 100 pieces of silver, whatever. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor, the father, deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Diane, their sister, again, they say it's rape, okay? Not love. They're saying it's rape. Now, we don't know. Okay? It usually takes two people, okay? And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. Remember the young men in the Old Testament, and he told them, he told Abraham, you know, you're going to all have to get circumcised, and, you know, and you can't eat pig meat, and so forth. I'm in the wrong line, you know, I mean, I don't want to be in that line, you know. So, okay, so if I become a Mormon, I can't have coffee, right? No coffee. And I can't smoke, right? Yes, I can't smoke. And no drinking, right? No drinking. I'm in the wrong line, you know. I mean, you know, I don't want to be a Mormon, you know. That's crazy. And he says, well, we want you to get circumcised. Now, that's a big decision. That's a big, big decision. But in this, we will consent unto you, if you be all as we be, every male of you be circumcised. Not just you, not just your daddy, everybody in the village.
Wow.
All the men. Now remember, he is the head of the whole village. All right, the whole area. He's the mayor. Then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters unto us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if you will not hearken unto us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. We're out of here. We're leaving. Goodbye. All right? And the words pleased Hamor and his son. And Hamar's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and his boy came into the gate of the city, communed with the men of the city, saying, these men are peaceable. They're pretty good people. They're real good people. They're peaceable.